Blessed day, beloved, blessed day, as the sun has risen and it is set. May the divine grace be upon each and every one of you who are watching me during the day, as the moon is risen and the stars up until they're gonna set. May the divine grace be upon you who are watching me later in the evening. Today, I want us to go straight to the point. Many of you are watching, you know me by now. For those who are joining us for the first time, we bless you and welcome you on our channel. Please do not forget to like and to subscribe, to comment. We'll assist you. I'm talking as a spiritualist master in the language of spirit, which have become a spiritual organization. And under that, we need to bring the light to many people who are called, who are gifted, but they are living under darkness. And it's about time now that society discover and learn about their true identity. What are their mission and purposes? We are witnessing a lot of things that are going around the world. And we find justification for everything. But we are ignoring the fact that things are perpetual and people are going through a lot of challenges. These have affected the government worldwide. These have affected families, organizations, companies, private individuals. And we believe in the language of spirit that we shall also listen to what the spirit are telling us. It's true that the economical environment have an impact on our social life as human, as social beings. But some of the difficulty that we are encountering are not necessarily caused by the economical environment. It can be caused by our own lack of knowledge. And that I prefer and choose to focus on the spiritual side, is the field of my expertise. I believe and understand and respect the fact that people who are experts in other fields, they might have a different opinion to us. However, one thing that we show, we know who we are and what is our mission and purpose. We are not confused and we follow our path. So I want us to talk about spirituality now. As you are watching me tonight, as you are watching me today, you have a lot of questions which you are even afraid to ask on the comments. Some of you send me questions on WhatsApp after watching the shows or inbox. The truth is the language of the spirit has come to enable you to understand and listen to the voice of the spirit. It be a pastor, an apostle, a prophet, a sangoma, a psychic, a healer. We are not discriminating, it's a spiritual work. It you be a religious leader. All of us are spiritual being and a spiritual agent from our Creator with a mission to fulfill and purpose to accomplish. So we need not to go astray from that mission. Now the challenge that many people encounter is they truly do not know who they are. And some of them, they've been confused by different prophecy, different messages, different revelation, different spiritual readings, or different type of teaching. Now with the language of spirit, we're going to give each and every person an opportunity to discover themselves through the spiritual connection. We are not going to teach you an imported creator. We're going to teach you the one that created you. We are not going to import for you spiritual being that's going to come and assist you in need. We're going to teach you those that have been allocated and put at your disposal by your creator as a spiritual agent. The things that many people are ignoring is that before we reincarnate in this life, we are missionary. We've been assigned a mission from our Creator. That's why we benefit from this body that we have. A spiritual being, once you forgot or you ignore your mission and purpose, which is part of paying for your karma, then there's nothing that will work for you. So I'm going to try to go through certain details of points which you might identify yourself with. And then we're going to work around, and I'm going to be able to advise and what are the steps to take in order for you to come out of this situation. Please, your comment will be encouraging. Your like will be more encouraging. You sharing this video will be more supportive. You subscribing will determine, giving the determination to go forward. Because there are certain power that are very uncomfortable that we start going into deeper teaching. We start pointing to the point and giving the real solution. Not only naming the problem, but be able to give the individual being who is a spiritual being agent the power, the knowledge that they need to provide them with the necessary tools to free themselves, to come from the alienation of spiritual slavery. So, beloved, we are going to start with the first one. I have some notes that I've made in order for us to go point by point. We're going to talk about spiritual slavery. Spiritual slavery, when we are checking here, we can see as well that it can involve family member. Yes, true. You can be here without realizing it. You are the slave of your own family. In which way? The majority of us find ourselves with responsibility of supporting our loved one who have less means, which is normal. I do that. But now, when it becomes as your duty to deprive yourself from what is necessary in order to fulfill the desire of your relatives, when your relatives they start getting involved in decision making in your household with your partner, when your relatives they start getting involved in deciding over your finances, then you shall ask questions. You may find yourself in a spiritual slavery of your relatives, your friends. When you are a people pleaser, when everything you want to do is to please your friend, is to please your partner, is to please your relatives, is to please your parent, not that makes you happy, you are a slave. Yes, you are in spiritual slavery. If you identify yourself as a people pleaser, you are a spiritual slave of those that you are pleasing. They are spiritual beings like you. They may be elder than you in age. They might be well educated than you or less educated. But now, once you start doing things in order for them to be happy, but you are unhappy, you are a spiritual slave. Yes, it's true. You are a spiritual slave. And things like that, you need to start breaking free from them. Your success, your peace, your joy doesn't have to depend on someone else's mood. Either your partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your child, your parent. Your happiness, your success need to be in conformity with your mission from your Creator. We need to start be thinking beyond our human relativity. How we related to human and what is our spiritual identity are not necessarily the same. You can be born from certain parents which you do not share with them the same spiritual mission. The Creator God is sovereignty to assign you to any family in need, any tribe in need for his mission and purpose. But there's a reason why you were born in a certain community, why you were born in a certain tribe, why you were born in a certain family. So you cannot stopping everything because you want to please relatives. That is spiritual slavery. You realize that all your life you've been working for your family. To the point that you are even feeling tired, but you still have to work. And the people that you've invested so much in them, they do not even prosper. They do not even come and back you up, but you're still working for them. Between us, you are a spiritual slave of that family. And this needs to stop. You need to stop. Believe me, if you are not around, they won't die. If today, the one who assigned you your mission, who was your creator, decide to collect you back because you are not following the step of your mission, they will still remain alive and prosper after you. I've witnessed that in many cases, in different stages. I've witnessed certain people that my late father was supporting when he was alive. Basically, these people, they were behaving as if without his support, they are stuck. After he departed from us, I witnessed them prospering. I witnessed them growing old. Some of them, they're still alive up to today. So if you have in mind that if you don't do it, nobody will do it, it's a lie. If you don't do it for them, they will do it for themselves. There are a certain category of people we can understand. People cannot work for themselves. These people, they can be disabled people. I'll encourage that you educate them to become more independent. Elderly people, they're already in retirement. Yes, they can become dependent. Young children who cannot work, they need education, they can be dependent. But a man like of my age, a mature person who can go and make children, a mature lady who can go and make children, someone like that, you still work for them, you still maintaining and supporting them and their children. Some of you are even supporting those who are going and having fatherless kids, motherless kids, and bring home, you still feeding them and working for them. That is spiritual slavery. Maybe you're even depriving your own children from certain advantage to please your relatives. That is wrong. We do not encourage that. And you shall free yourself from that. You shall free yourself from that. You got the capacity, we're going to give you the knowledge. Because this is a spiritual thing, it requires different engagement. You might say, Master, so what we must do? There are certain incantation and ritual which you can do. But William Case fit in those ones. I'll prefer you to comment your matter. If you identify with yourself with your situation, so we can advise based on your reality. What is the reality that will identify spiritual slavery in your life towards your relatives, towards your friend? Are you a people pleaser? We're going to start cutting that. Yes, there's incantation, there's spiritual way to cut that if you're abandoned. But there's also your willpower. You must be willing to take those steps. Because you can't remain in slavery forever. How many years have you been working for them? How many years have you been serving your spiritual master under your slavery? Doing everything at their pleasure. Don't you deserve that? Don't you deserve to be honored? Don't you deserve to be acknowledged? Don't you deserve also to be taken care of? Why is it that you are the one who need to do for others, not others for you? I believe you understand that point. Spiritual slavery can happen with your partner, or your husband, your boyfriend, your fiancé, your lover. It can happen with your relatives, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your uncle, your aunties, your cousins. It can happen with your friends. It can happen with your colleague, a bully boss. It can happen in your community. People have identified your weakness. Some of people, they find themselves alienated because they have been victims of rejection. Parents didn't support them enough to empower them to build their self-confidence. And unknown to them, they don't even know who they are spiritually. They went and become slaves of their inferior. Just imagine a tiger become a slave of a goat or a sheep. Some of you are like that. You are the lion, you are the lioness, but you are a slave of a goat, of a cow. Which is impossible when you look at it like this, but you have accepted that. That's why today you are regretting, you say people are ungrateful. No, people are not ungrateful. You were a slave, you are serving. They're not slaves that they didn't show gratitude. Slavery is an atrocity. Slavery is degrading the dignity of the slave. Slavery is not something that can be tolerated in any form. But you have accepted to become one spiritually. Break free. Break free. And the consequence of accepting that are the spiritual master, it be your relatives, be your friends, be your boss, they've given themselves the power to make decision at your place which engage your interest. You're gonna see your relatives, they're deciding who you must marry and when you must divorce. You're gonna see your relatives deciding on what must happen in your house, how you need to educate your children, which school they must go, what your spouse must do. You're gonna notice that your friends, they always try to interfere with your private matter. They don't even have the decency to respect your privacy as an adult. They want to dictate to you what you must do and when you must do it, how you must do it, based on their will. Well, they don't even have what you are providing. Beloved, wake up from this spiritual slavery. We are going to our second one. Because you have degraded yourself, because you have surrendered the divine power in you, the spiritual authority in you, because you have bowed down to the weak than you. Now you allow the wicked in the spiritual realm to affect you with the witchcraft. Because they are witnessing that you as a lion or as a lioness or as a tiger or a tigress, as a leopard, you have surrendered to a goat, you have surrendered to a cow, you have surrendered to a sheep, even to a crocodile. So what do you expect them to do? Then they can see through that, you are not belonging there. You are at the wrong place. And wherever you are not protected. When you are outside your crown, you're exposed. Explain to me how a lion can be protected in a goat crown, or in a sheep crown, or in a cow crown. How can a lion be protected? How can a leopard be protected amongst crocodile? Identify who you are. Because of that ignorance, you have opened a wide door for other spiritual forces to play with you. As a consequence, witches have come into your life. You don't understand where the problem are originating. Everything was going well. Now spider web are too much in your home. Now start dreaming about nightmare. And the people, your masters, the people that you always work for, they don't understand that you are facing challenges now. And even when you explain it to them, they are unable to provide you one way out. Because their problem is to rejoice, to benefit from you, to extract from you. They can't feed you. They can't protect you. You always give. When you need those, there's no one to give you. And the worst part is, when we are teaching you that you mustn't do this, you are not listening. When you become broke, you come to us and you want me to give you money, I won't give it to you. It's true, I won't give it to you. Because I'm teaching you the truth to avoid for you to end up in that situation now as I'm preaching. Are you listening to me? If you're not listening to me now, tomorrow don't come and ask me for charity. I won't give it to you. I better go and give to the blind. Why I'm talking about this? Yes, I receive some requests. I do charity when I can. But I do not do charity for people who do not want to understand. The person come and consult. You explain to them what are the situations they are facing, what they need to do. They go and neglect when they're still making their own money. They prefer to go and enjoy in club, to have fun, good time, enjoy time. And then when whatever it has been told, said to them, or prophesied to them, start materializing. They want to come so that you start now supporting them. That cannot happen. Unfortunately, I always tell people, I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not in that business. So if you want to avoid for yourself to find in a situation where no one can help you again, when you're still able to get something, cut them off. Work first on your success. Once you are successful, you can look at others. But when you are lacking yourself, how can you provide for the other? That's why you're drawing yourself in poverty. You do not want to free yourself from that slavery. I'm asking you a question. How many people are you helping in this problem that you are facing, or the one that you are just facing? How many of those people have come to your rescue? How many people are you giving money to? How many can you call now and tell them they are needed, they give it to? Try. They will start telling you that, man, but you were supposed to tell me yesterday, you were supposed to tell me the day before yesterday, oh, no, I'm having this problem. So break free from spiritual slavery. That is still our main point. Spiritual slavery opened the door to witchcraft. They come into your life. You start having nightmare. You are dreaming about a hole. You start seeing rats in your house. They are eating things. You start seeing many things. Those are the symbol of witchcraft presence. Dust becoming too much in your home. Trouble becoming too much in your home. Conflict, disagreement, stress, sickness. All this because you are ignoring who you are. You have surrendered your authority, your crown to a weak one. And now you have opened doors for distraction. And then you go to people who can't see, they start telling you your ancestor against you. The ancestor, they're angry with you. Angry for what? You are the one who don't know who you are. Angry for what? I will never agree to that. I know what I'm talking about. If you've been told that the cause of your problems is because your ancestors, they are angry to you, they are lying to you. In my previous video, I preached about it. They are lying to you. I beg to differ. Is your ignorance of who you are. Because if you know who you are, you won't be behaving this out. You won't be behaving this kind of trouble. All of us deal with situation as human is normal. You can have normal human challenge that everyone can face and overcome. But when yours become perpetual, when yours become destructive, when yours is leading you to lose even what you have already, you must understand there's a power to pull from up to down. The spiritual presence of power is working in your life. And because of spiritual slavery. It's still the key. It's still the key. You can name witches everywhere. You can see them from Kate, bird, whatever. Yes. But how did they come into your home? That is the main question. Do you have enough security to preclude them to come? Who are you? As long as you don't know who are you, so you can't even claim having a security. You need first to know who are you, so that to know that the level of security that you have is proportional to your level. If you're a minister, then you got a security like a principal of a school. Do you think that is safe if something happened to you? Because for the principal is proportional to his level, he can have such a level of security based on what is prescribed. And you as a minister, you have your level of security. The head of state, they've got their level of security. A diplomat, they've got their level of security. Who are you? What is your mission? What is your purpose? Join the language of spirit. You're going to discover. You are a spiritual slave. You normalize your slavery and claim it to be kindness. It's not kindness. To be kind and to be slave is different. To be kind is when we got the power to decide who to give, when, how. Who to assist, when and how. Who to help, when and how. Who to support, when and how. When we're a spiritual slave, when we're a spiritual slave, we do not choose who. We feel the obligation of doing it regardless of who they are. And some you want to hide yourself in the name of your religion. No, maybe I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Jewish, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Hindu. No. Even your religion defines a category of people that be benefiting from charity. Yes. Why don't you go and support the blind? There are people who deserve that. They are lame. They don't have hand. They can't work. Why don't you go and help the orphans which parents have left them so young they have no support? Why can't you go and help the elderly, those that they cannot work for themselves? They need support. No, you're a spiritual slave. The people you are still helping, they've got two hands. A head like you. 2 feet, 2 breasts. Wow. Some they even very big like me. Gray. Aye. So you need to break free from that. It's your choice. We can only communicate. We can only communicate. So, you can ask me now, Master, if I find out of this, and family God politics, how can I address this? You can address this by refusing to becoming a wheelbarrow. Refuse to become a wheelbarrow for other people. Make it clear. Those who need to study, you can support them. Those who are not studying, they must feed themselves. They must go and find a job. If they stay for 3 days without working, they're going to find food. Because they're going to develop their mind to work on something. They can be angry at you with today. It's fine. Allow them. In future, they want to thank you because they want to know how to get their own bread. Allow to be the type of person who you advise others, they end up succeeding, but you are failing. Refuse to become a bridge where others are crossing to success. You are remaining there on the same position. Research your true spiritual identity. Once you find out who you are able to break free from that slavery and claim your identity, fulfill your mission and purpose from your Creator. We are welcoming you in the language of spirit. We are still meeting online. For those who want to consult with me, we can see consult on WhatsApp. Over the phone, my line is direct. You can still contact me on Zoom. You can still email on Facebook. You need to join our Facebook group, The Language of the Spirit. We got a Facebook page, The Language of the Spirit. We got a Facebook group, The Language of the Spirit. We've got a Facebook, YouTube, The Language of the Spirit. So subscribe to those. Join the group. In the group, we are posting special teaching and incantation, which some of you call prayers, which you need to do in the evening and in the morning for your day to be successful, for your night to be peaceful. In the group, you can also engage with me at the personal for your personal problems, and I can assist. You can still take the number that is here. You contact. For those who have venue, because you are looking now for a venue where we can be receiving more people. For those who have venues and need to work with us, you are welcome. If you are a pastor and you are having a spiritual problem now in your church, you are encountering difficulty, your church is under captivity, you are welcome to join us. You initiated young Sangoma, you are a practicing Sangoma, a healer, whose ministry is no longer working, practice are no longer working, things are not going well, you are having a spiritual disconnection. This is your home. You can join us. You can still contact me. We can discuss and see how we can work together. I bless your day wherever you are. As the sun have risen and set, may the divine grace be upon all of you. As the moon disappears and the stars are shining, may the blessing pour upon all of you. May the grace of the nature, our ancestors, the Creator, and the ascended masters and living masters, their wisdom and courage lead us. May fear leave your spirit. May the light shine upon all of you. I'm waiting for your like, your comment, and do not forget to share. Thank you very much. See you on our next show.